much for having me here. It's lovely to see you all. It's nice to be outside as well, even though it is the evening and it is a little cold out. I'm going to run through a bit of information around the rental market and what we are seeing on realestate.com.au. We have a lot of information in our back end, and we have some great economists that we work with as well. So there's some really great information that we have access to. And at the end, I'm actually going to give you a bit of information as well around how you can access some of that information too. So just to start, and I know that Tracy has mentioned some of this information already, but I really wanted to reiterate a bit of it as well. When it comes to advertised rents, what we are actually starting to see is that over the final quarter of last year, the slowing down of rents, where they were starting to really flatten out, but now we are really seeing that rise. So it is definitely rising, whether it be in Melbourne Metro or whether it even be in the regional areas as well. What we're also noticing is that the year-on-year change for houses and units is pretty much doing the same. So we're not really seeing much of a difference whether it be houses or whether it be units. We're really seeing that huge jump, whether you be looking for, or whether a tenant be looking for a unit, or whether they be actually looking for a house as well. So you are able to definitely get quite a fair amount for either property. What I also wanted to point out is with rental yields, what we are actually starting to see. So even though rents are increasing, we're actually starting to see that prices are falling in a sense for the cost of a house if you're actually out there purchasing a property. So rental yields are increasing. So you will see that increased slightly for rental yields. It's not a huge rental yield that you will be getting, but absolutely we are starting to see that rental yield increase, which is nice to know. We do have all of these areas here as well, which is the Melbourne areas. That we are definitely seeing really large increases in, and you will also notice that we have split them up over units and houses as well. And units are definitely getting quite a fair amount of an increase over houses at the moment. When it comes to the average inquiry per listing, even though we are now starting to, live with COVID, we can't necessarily say that we're out of COVID, but we are really starting to live with COVID. That supply is just not there. So we're actually noticing that the inquiries per listing are just exorbitant. They are really, really large. So we're finding that a lot of people are inquiring on absolutely everything. They are really wanting a property when it comes to a tenant. Absolutely everyone wants to apply for absolutely everything. That was when Tracy was mentioning earlier that they had a huge amount of people come to inspections this year. We are actually noticing when it comes to inquiries, and that is people making every single type of inquiry, whether it be a phone call, whether it be an SMS, or whether it be just an email sent through to an agent or a property manager. That is absolutely what they are doing here, and we are definitely seeing that rise. Also with vacancy rates, they have definitely fallen over the year, but what we are just starting to see now is that rise slightly. So you will definitely notice that they are slightly increasing, but vacancy rates will continue to stay at that lower level. However, we are seeing it rise just slightly. Unfortunately, vacancy rates are very much at that 1%, 1.3 and 1.4, depending on if you're looking at houses or if you're looking at units as well. And finally, with rental days on site, what I really wanted to point out here is that rental days on site have definitely fallen. Now, this is something that we constantly take a look at, and that we constantly are trying to find out what's happening in the market, so that we can definitely see if people are moving through properties, if the supply is there or not. So what we are now noticing is that, especially in Melbourne Metro, days on site are dropping very much so. So what we have found is that they've gone from 22 down to 20 days on site. However, when you think about it, moving a property in under 3 weeks is a really, really great way to note that you are finding properties are turning over. So the supply is definitely not there, but when the properties are there, when the listings are online, they are moving really, really fast. And if you take a look at all of the other areas, certain areas that we are looking at here, some of them moving at 19 days on site, some at 18 days on site. It is a really, really fast-moving market at the moment. Now, one thing I will point out to you as well is, if you are wanting more updates on your property, on your suburb as well, depending on where you are currently owning your property, or if you are investing, if you're an investor as well, there is a website, which is our own as well, which is realestate.com.au, track my property. And what you can actually do is claim your property on there, and it will then allow you to receive all of the updates around what's happening in your area, what's happening with consumers on site, and all of the detail around this type of information as well. So I would very much recommend claiming your property and getting all of these insights, because it will really help you to understand exactly what people are doing, what consumers are doing, and find out what renters are doing, and then also what other people in the area are doing as well. But thank you very much for your time, and please, I will be here afterwards. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Thank you.